Here.
Mr. Margraf?
Here.
Mr. Long?
Here.
Do we have any conflict of interest statements?
Not here. No.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of October 31st, November 7th, and November 14th, 2019.
I will motion to approve the minutes of October 31st, November 7th, and November 14th, 2019.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item A, change order number 5 received from INDOT for additional materials for future use police cameras in the Erie-Lackawanna Trail over Calumet Avenue and Conkey Street. Good morning.
Good morning. This is the bridge on Calumet Avenue. There's a few conduit cameras that we're going to put up, and there is money for it. It's 80% federal funded, and we do have money still in the budget. So I would recommend approval.
Still have money in the budget on the 20%?
On the project, yes. It's the federal dollars that we had.
The 20%, not the
20%.
Yes, where's the 20% coming from?
Yes.
Where?
When
We're on change order number 5?
we already paid the state for it, and we're under budget on the project.
Okay.
So the
Overall, the
state,
project's under budget, so this change order is not going to push it over what we're already.
correct. So what's going to happen is we already paid for the construction of it, and that money is going to be reimbursed at the end when they'll go through the entire project and finalize it out. If we owed money, if it went over, we would have to pay for it. If it goes under, they would reimburse us our 20% back. That makes sense.
What is the cost of the cameras, do you know?
Whatever the change order is, I didn't really,
5,044?
right.
You're saying we're 12,500. We don't have that, so we're still.
Okay, I'll motion to approve change order number 5.
Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item B, correspondence received from Councilman Mark Kalwinski requesting $699.84 of gaming funds be allocated to 2019 sidewalk repair program.
Ooh, $699?
It is signed by the councilman and by the mayor.
I'm going to have to approve the councilman's request, or motion to it.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item C, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $5,970.48 of gaming funds be allocated to the 2019 sidewalk repair program, signed by the councilman and by the mayor.
Motion to approve Councilman Rakos' request.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item D, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $9,980 of gaming funds be allocated for the installation of additional GFCI receptacles on both sides of Kennedy Avenue from 169th Street to south to I-8094. Signed by the councilman and by the mayor. Where are these?
I'll motion to, what's that?
Where are these? Installation of 42 GFCI receptacles?
Probably on the light poles, right?
Correct.
Okay,
They're just basically for the decorations and so forth.
okay.
I'll motion to approve Councilman Rakos' request.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item E, correspondence received from Midwestern Electric, Inc., providing a quote of $9,980 to install additional GFCI receptacles on both sides of Kennedy Avenue. Previous councilman's funding approved.
Motion to approve the quote from Midwestern Electric.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item F, correspondence received from J.J. Newell Concrete Contractors, Inc., agreeing to hold their sidewalk prices at 2019 cost in 2020. Kevin, we go with this?
I'm sorry, which one?
J.J. Newell,
Yeah, so-
item F, they're holding their prices from 2019.
Right, so actually it's the same situation for F, G, and H, and I'll just kind of let you know on all three of them.
Okay.
The Indiana code allows for renewal, provided that the renewal period is not for longer period and that, that the prices are no, there's no, and I'm sorry, that the renewal period is for no longer than the original contract, which none of these are, and that the funds are available, which according to the Controller's Office and the Engineering Department, they are. So we'd recommend approval for all three, F, G, and H.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve F?
Motion to approve item F.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item G, correspondence received from Washington Kelly, Inc., offering the city an extension of pricing for work to be completed in 2020, as previously explained by Attorney Smith. Do we have a motion to approve?
I will motion to approve the Walsh and Kelly extension.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item H, correspondence received from Site Services offering the city an extension of current pricing for work to be completed in 2020. And Site Servicing, Mark, Site Servicing does, what exactly?
Yeah, same thing.
So-
No, but what do they do?
They're doing the crack ceiling,
Okay.
Okay.
so it's the same thing, so we don't have to go out for bid for either, all three of them.
Motion to approve the site services extension as well.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item I, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting approval of Officer Simon Sabia receiving firearm instructor specialty pay effective July 31st, 2019, and disposal authorization submitted for approval. Is that the correct date? July 31st is the correct date?
Yes. Somebody missed that.
Okay. Well, there's a lot there for you.
Oh, yeah.
Car after car after car.
I got a vote in here.
Somebody's like, throw an engine in there.
This is always a good place to use a vocab word. We don't have one today. We don't have a vocab word today. We don't have a word today.
Okay, these are,
This is usually a good spot to get rid of one right here. I will motion to approve the police chief's request and his disposal authorizations.
and I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye. That's the whole point.
Item J, notice of violation hearing on property located at 1342 Truman. Is the property owner present?
I don't believe so.
Thank you. This and all this.
Good morning. It had came to our attention that the property at 1342 Truman had an unsafe basement apartment that was located at the property. And myself and Chief Kearney did an inspection of the property. We determined that the property did not have proper ceiling height, and it also didn't have any permits that were pulled to convert the single-family home into a two-unit building. So we're requesting that this board finds that the apartment needs to be removed. The owners have pulled permits to remove it, and the last page of the pictures that I just, in the file I just gave you shows the building inspector's pictures that the apartment has already been removed. So we're just requesting that the findings in order be
So you said that they've pulled permits, we have good notice.
to remove, yes, since the violation was issued, they pulled permits to remove the basement apartment.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
So you want us to approve your findings? Right?
Yes, approve the finding in order.
I will motion to approve the findings in order for 1342 Truman Street.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item K, notice to owners of affected property, 4311 Clark Avenue. Is this just for our notification? Okay. There's a zoning appeals, Board of Zoning Appeals notice that will be affecting property at 4311 Clark Avenue in Hammond. Okay. Item L, notice to owners of affected property, Bet Hart's Ditch and Indianapolis Boulevard. Again, another zoning appeals board notice for this property. The board will acknowledge. Notice to owners of affected property, 5729 through 59 Holman Avenue. Again, notification accepted by the board. Item N, correspondence received from Max Management NWI requesting the board rehear a rental registration hearing that was set November 21st, 2019, which they failed to appear for. Good morning.
Hi, I'm Allison with Max Management. We just want to request that we can rehear this case. We just took over management of the property and it wasn't registered, and then we failed to appear, which really apologize, but we just would like to do anything we can to avoid that late fee.
And you took ownership of the property, or excuse me, management over the property on October 22nd, is that correct?
Right.
Where are we at in the process of this? Do we know? Has it been?
I think we just heard this last week, if I'm not mistaken here. 2 weeks ago, I mean. What's the address again?
Should we have him like coordinate with Kevin?
What is the address of the property we're talking about?
It's 3716 175th Place.
Isn't there another property also?
Not that I'm aware of.
Is this the property that was previously managed by Property Boss and then you guys took it over?
Right.
Okay. I wasn't here that Thursday. I think Brian presented it. We had it, I think it was 2 years that it wasn't registered.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to hear it at another date, that's fine.
I'm just a little concerned that it's already kind of moved its way through the process. It might already be with Smith Sarasick for review. No, not quite.
1342 Truman?
No, no.
3716, 175th place.
I believe we entered
The hearing,
I don't believe we went to Smith Sarasick, we entered late. He's here, and Board of Works, so would not go to Smith Sarasick.
I think Mr. Klein said that no one showed at that date, so
Correct.
fine went through.
so we'll just move that's with Bill, like, for the fine? Or we're still going to Kevin?
Yeah, there was nobody here, and no one was here.
Okay, why don't we set this over for status for next week, see where it's at in the process, and see what we can do about rehearing.
Because it doesn't show it on the,
3716, 175th place. Let's see where it's at, and then we will contact the new management company about status.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
12?
Item O, correspondence received from Hammond 311 requesting.
Set a date, right?
Next week?
You got set a date for it?
I guess we're probably doing a motion.
Yeah, I think we should. All right, and we're gonna set this over for status to gather some more information till 12/12 next week, okay? Next week.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sorry.
Sorry.
Correspondence received from Hammond 311 requesting quiet zones near railroad tracks. Well,
Good one there.
165th and McCook. Refer this to engineering for a recommendation.
I'll motion to refer to engineering for their input.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 6, matters from board members.
Oh, my.
It's bigger than the agenda.
Well, this goes over there. Okay, I do have some items, Madam President. First one being change order number 1 for 139th Street reconstruction project, Holman to Sheffield. Mr. Gordis, you have anything to say on this one?
Yes, we ran across some bad soils up there, and, we didn't know about that until we actually started excavating, so we had
What project is this under?
it's 139th Street, it's First District.
Is it under First District Gaming Dollars?
Yes,
Is First District Gaming paying for the change order?
They are paying for the change orders, and that's in the process of right now, if we can just approve it.
Do we have a green sheet?
The green sheet's in the process.
Do we have a green sheet for any of these?
Yes, all of them. And
Not
they
today?
were, they were signed, let me see, 6th District was signed. Councilman Warpo signed his, and I believe it was going into the mayor's office. So everything's in the process, if we can just subject to the green sheet being signed. The councilmen are aware, and it was kind of a late thing, since Jonathan is off.
Okay. I would say that these are all subject to.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, we'll just take them one at a time then. Okay, so 139th Street reconstruction project, I will motion to approve the project subject to the receiving of the funding green sheet.
And I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, that's the first one.
Okay.
Mind if I stack them up over there, Mr. Long? Thank you very much. Secondly, Design Engineering Services Agreement for Torrance Avenue with United Consulting. The contract is funded at $140,600 with First District Gaming Funds. It's okayed by, it's been vetted by Mr. Smith, but again, this is going to be approved subject to receiving of the green sheet.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
General Engineering Services Agreement with Nice Engineering. Regular annual contract, again, this will be a motion to approve this contract, subject to
Are we gonna,
approval of the funding source.
are we gonna have a green sheet on that one, or is that just the general?
It indicates that there's money taken out of each district.
Right.
Right, so
I don't know how
they
handle
typically
that.
work with each council member to allocate a small amount of gaming dollars to do general engineering services. Are we working on a green sheet with each of them at this point?
We have done that in the past.
But I mean, is that in progress? I mean, we have new council members coming in January 1, so I would doubt that they have a green sheet in progress.
I'll talk to Jonathan when he gets back.
Can we set this over
Sure.
until the new year?
Absolutely.
Okay, this one I'd say we should defer.
Okay, I will motion to defer the Nice Engineering General Services Agreement.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fifth and Sixth District Lighting Project, Grand Avenue, CE agreement with HWC Engineering. It has been vetted by Mr. Smith, and I will motion to approve this agreement subject to the green sheet being received.
And I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, yeah.
Fifth District Lighting Project, Alexander and Marshall, CE agreement with HWC Engineering, vetted by Mr. Smith. Motion to approve this agreement subject to the green sheet funding source.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mark, are these all for this year?
They're forthcoming. The 5th and 6th District, Grand Avenue, that was bid out a while ago.
Okay.
And these other ones, the Marshall, is already bid out, and it is going to probably be worked on throughout the winter. And we wanted to try to get everything situated before the holidays, so the money can be allocated for this particular year. And the green sheets, I took some up to the council, and I know Councilman Warpone, they have signed them, and they're just waiting to be signed in the mayor's office.
Okay. There's just a lot of contracts for December.
Well, they're trying to get their money taken care of for the year too, so what's left and allocated.
Okay, those are big stacks. Let's see. Oh, this is a proposed license agreement renewal. This was from HDEM. 12 and
That was
13.
addressed to the president of the board.
It is.
I'm sure she's reviewed it. It's a recommendation.
12 and 1300 blocks of Lakeview. Is this a motion for here? Motion this one?
The recommendation from HDM is to renew the license, yeah.
We can do that.
So they can continue testing.
Sure.
It's on the old Federated Metals plants by the Sarco bankruptcy, or the trustee.
Okay. I will motion to approve the proposed license agreement renewal for 12 and 1300 blocks of Lakeview Avenue.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Change order number 1, multi-use trail on Soul Avenue and Hoffman Street. Again, this has been vetted by Mr. Smith. I will motion to approve this change order subject to the green sheet being received.
Let me see this one real quick, though. And then, Mark, we have a note on here that, saying that it's being funded by the surplus available from sanitary district's contribution due to their consent decree. Do we have any evidence that they've reviewed and approved that?
Dean has spoken to the sanitary district, and there was money left over from that particular fund that was given for that
Is
project.
this necessary to be approved today? Because I don't like approving this without any kind of information.
That's
from the
fine.
sanitary district. Does it require, I mean, do they need it
Not
this
to
week?
the best of my knowledge, no. So we can
Let's
probably
wait
get
till we-
something
let's
from the
defer this until
sanitary
next week until
district.
we have something from the sanitary district saying that there's surplus funds available for that change order.
Okay, I'll withdraw my original motion and motion to defer this for more information.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fifth and Sixth District Lighting Project, Grand Avenue Construction Agreement with Hawk Enterprises, been reviewed by Mr. Smith. I would motion to approve this subject to the receiving of the green sheet signed by the mayor and the councilman.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm running out of room.
And lastly, Fifth District Lighting Project, Alexander and Marshall, construction agreement with Hawk Enterprises. Again, Mr. Smith has reviewed this. I will motion to approve this agreement, subject to the receiving of the green sheet.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Just like to say something, I appreciate that. The green sheets, I'm sure we do have some, but I was off last week. Jonathan is off this week and next week, so I haven't had a chance to really speak to him. But I'm sure that I took some up, and they're in the process of being taken care of, so we'll get everything wrapped up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Going on vacation left you with a whole stack of things to do, huh? Apparently. All right, any other matters from other board members?
No.
Matters from other department heads or their representatives? Any new business? Old business? Item AA, change order received from Nice Engineering, Inc. for 167th Street Sidewalk Addition Project.
This is basically a change order to wrap it up. We did run across some bad soils and so forth. So the green sheet should be either in process or it's done.
I have a note on here that says that it was deferred, no green sheet, so has this come before us before? And we're still waiting on that? On the 21st, apparently, this came before us, and we've not received a green sheet yet. What is this,
Engineer?
what district is this for?
Okay, let's just defer that one.
Oh.
That's fine. That's easy. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank
Deferred
you.
it back then. Okay. Motion to defer change order from Nice Engineering for 167th Street.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item BB, status hearing on property located at 3940 Torrance Avenue. Good,
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy birthday.
thank you.
Reminding me.
On 3940 Torrance, the demo inspection's been done, the rehab agreement has been created. You do have, you have it signed?
I was gonna sign it right here, as long as that's okay.
Mr. Smith?
That's fine with us? Yep, I think it's prepared. You got a copy of it?
Yeah.
Progress
When did you get that?
right in front of your eyes.
Okay.
Proof we don't just sit around.
Making things happen.
So that will be signed, and then work will progress from there.
This is BB? BB.
Kevin, you okay with us approving this?
That's 39 and 40 Torrance, absolutely. It was prepared by my office yesterday. There's a little bit of a delay, so I apologize about that. This was up in October for the board, and we said we'd get Mr. Luter had done an inspection. There was just a delay in getting the document ready. It's fine. What's wrong?
Good?
Yeah, okay, I'll motion to approve the rehab agreement for 3940 Torrance Avenue.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Get that signed, you want to circle?
Thank you, sir. Item CC, status hearing on property located at 1003 Bauer Street.
Since he said,
Anybody here from 1003 Bauer?
since he said happy
Make sure you have got time.
This was a garage that we had up. Mr. Kearney has indicated that there haven't been any permits pulled. So like, you know, what'll happen at the Halloween hearing, we had several people come in and say, oh, it's our garage, we're gonna knock it down ourselves, wanna get permits. And so I believe Mr. Kearney has a report on whether or not anything's happening.
There's been no permits, there's been no contact, other than when, in both this case and 1004 May, they're interested in doing the demolition themselves. Those permits have not been pulled. We have not inspected because there was no permits pulled. I suggest we continue this to the next demo hearing, and by then we'll have a status of what, if they are down, or if permits have been pulled to do that.
And I would just ask, and I'd have to check, because I think on a couple of these, we didn't even enter the demo order. So I'd request that if the demo order wasn't entered, we affirm it now so that we can proceed and get bids on it, so we're not delaying that. Because my notes only show that, like, the owner showed up, gonna get permits, set it over for status. So, I don't show a signed demo order. If it is signed, we're okay, we're covered, but I would ask you to just enter it, just in case we didn't do it in the first place.
For CC and DD for both of them?
And it'll be for EE too, if we get there. So, yeah, it'll be for all, that'll be the same for each, but Mr. Kearney, I think, has a status for each of those.
So what's our motion gonna be? Affirm the
Did you
order.
want to, oh, ma'am,
Oh, good. We'll get,
you're here for one of the properties?
She is.
Okay,
we'll
not
get-
for
Wait
CC?
a second. No, not for.
No, not for 1003 Bauer?
So we should probably take
Okay,
it.
we're just doing them one at a time, don't worry, we'll call you up. Okay, so for 1003 Bauer Street, it was a garage only. We need a motion to enter the order to demolish and set for status when, Kelly? Or
It really
no?
won't be set for status. I think if they end up pulling the demo, we'll advise the board that if they end up pulling the permits, we'll probably just advise the board that they self-demoed it, and we'll ask
Okay.
for a rescind. But at this point, it's just gonna go to bid.
All right, then we're just gonna, I'm gonna motion to approve the demolition order.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item DD, status hearing on property located at 1004 May Street.
1004 May, the
Property owner
Yeah,
is
Ms.
present.
Hawkins was at the.
Here's Ms. Hawkins.
Yep, she's here. Yeah, Ms. Hawkins was at the Halloween hearing as well. She said at that point that she had an estimate, and we set it over for today. So we're looking for an update from Ms. Hawkins.
Okay, I'm gonna let you
Good
read
morning,
this, 'cause
ma'am.
I'm on the paper trail.
Okay.
This is the last correspondence.
Quite long. Oh, it was like 40 of them.
This is
So Ms. Hawkins has presented an email. It sounds like they've entered a contract, and Kraz Construction is saying, I'm just waiting for Hammond to approve the permit. Once they approve it, we can get it scheduled. So, not sure where we sit with permits.
I would suggest Ms. Hawkins comes down to the building department after this meeting, and we'll find out what the status of that building permit. I don't see any reason why it should be held up.
Is that
No.
an approved contractor?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And you have financing and everything that was all set up
That's
with
all.
them? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, do we want status on this one?
Yeah, let's set it for status. Maybe we'll do it for, just depending on the weather, if they can get it down. Why don't we set it for like 6 weeks? That should get-
Count it out there,
knock it down, I think.
Mr. Long.
well, it took me enough time to clean it out.
January
Kids' bikes, and they're grown.
9th,
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I got some of those.
9th or 16th.
you pick. I'll let you.
Scavengers love them.
Let's go 16th, yeah.
Where is the
I already wrote
building?
Downstairs, where the police station used to be in the back.
Okay, do we have a motion to set for status on January 16th, 2020?
16?
January 16th.
That's my motion.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Item EE, status hearing on property located at 2647 160 Second place, garage only.
So, yes, 16th of
At what time?
At the same time, 9 a.m. This was a garage owned by a Mr. Petropoulos from Dyer. He allegedly called Kelly, although there were no permits pulled at the time.
It's a block garage, and the southeast corner is failing and has actually dropped about 4 inches. We got a call just before the hearing on Halloween, and basically what they did is basically tuck pointed the block that had cracked. They have not fixed the problem. The garage is still failing. Enter the order and proceed to bid. It does not seem like he wants to cooperate in making proper repair.
Okay, do I have a motion to enter the order to demolish?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 10, meeting open to the public. Oh,
I'm sorry, if we go back to 3940, the gentleman is trying to post bond. He's in the process of getting the financing together for that. So we have signed the rehab agreement. He's not posted the bond. He's in the process of working on that, correct?
Right.
okay.
So,
Yeah, the insurance company needed to know the details from the rehab contract
Okay.
we got yesterday.
Okay. So we're okay with where we're at? We approved the rehab agreement?
when he gets a copy of the bond, he can come with a copy of that, and we'll post that, and we'll be able to release whatever permits. Okay?
Okay. Do you need any further action or just for the
No, I think we
record?
continue
Okay.
regular process.
Okay.
We're on the first floor.
Okay. Okay, item 10, meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak today?
Anybody want to sing today?
Happy birthday to Heather.
Thank you.
It is Madam President's birthday today. I just want everybody in the body to know that.
Thank you. Good.
I will motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.